Hello there. I see that we've got some folks getting ready to go back to school. Layla, good luck tomorrow. And thank you guys for being here. I'm Camille with 30 Day Singer. The topic of this live lesson, which will be a full hour, by the way, if you've got the time to spare, we'll be here for an hour. And we're going to work on creating our own harmonies. So, for a very, very beginning singer, my recommendation is that you learn songs with existing harmonies. So, good examples of that would be Need You Now. It's a country song by Lady Antebellum. Or maybe Say Something by Great Big World and Christina Aguilera. Songs like that, where it's a duet and there are two parts going on, one of them being the melody, one being a harmony. That's a really easy way to get yourself into singing harmonies. But when it comes time to create your own harmony, there are a couple of skills that we need. So I'm going to assume, first of all, that you can hold a part distinct from the melody. So, for example, if I sing this note, da, and Layla, that's okay. Just listening is good. So if I sing this note, da, can you sing another pitch and not be pulled onto the melody? For example, can you sing this note? Keep singing that note. I'm going to sing another note, but stay on this note. Are you able to stay solid on that pitch without jumping to the melody or jumping to what I'm singing? So today's lesson is going to assume that you can do that to some degree, that you can hold your own part, you can kind of put your blinders on and not not sing what I'm singing. Okay, let me quickly go over what to expect from this lesson, and I have a bunch of links to share with you as well. So the songs that I chose are all in the public domain, meaning we're not infringing on anybody's copyright in order to sing those songs, which means that this video won't get taken down. So that's why I chose kind of some old, a few jazzy tunes. One of the songs we'll do is When the Saints Go Marching In, It Had to Be You, Let Me Call You Sweetheart, and By the Light of the Silvery Moon. And even if the titles don't sound familiar, you've probably heard them before. So we'll start with When the Saints Go Marching In. And kind of the overarching things that we're going to be working on are determining the shape of the melody, meaning are the pitches staying in one spot? Are they going up? Are they going down? Are they jumping? Like, is it da da, big jump in the melody? If so, our harmony probably has to follow that. So determining the shape of the melody, listening to the chord progression, and by that I mean listening to the piano so that our harmony sounds good with the piano and it doesn't clash with the chords being played. And then we'll find harmony parts that support both the chords and the melody because both are important. So, without further ado, I'm going to give you your first link, and this is let me find it. Okay, that's the one I want. This is When the Saints Go Marching In. It is American traditional tune. The link is in the chat. So if you click that link, it will take you to the sheet music. It's a PDF. You don't have to download it. You can just click that link and it'll open as a PDF in your internet browser. And you do not need to know how to read sheet music in order for this to be helpful for you. Remember that first step that I talked about, determining the shape of the melody? What looking at the sheet music will do for us is it's going to show us the shape of the melody. So click that link in the chat, When the Saints Go Marching In. And we'll only look at the first set of lyrics. Oh, when the saints go marching in. Oh, when the saints go marching in. Oh, how I want to be in that number. Oh, when the saints go marching in. Okay. So I'm going to sing it. I would love for you to follow along with your eyes. You don't have to sing with me. If you want to, you can. But at the very least, follow along with your eyes and see how the melody is moving up. it jumps back down and moves up again, jumps back down, moves up again. So the more that we internalize this and understand what the melody is doing, the better we can create a harmony that is going to fit with that. So here's the melody only. It sounds like this. Oh, when the saints. Actually, you know what? I'm going to play it in the lower octave too for any low-voiced singers. So you could sing with me or you could sing with the piano. But again, you can also just listen. Here we go, just listening to the melody one time through. Oh, when the saints go marching in. Oh, when the saints go marching in. Lord, how I want to be in that number. Oh, when the saints go marching in. So if you haven't heard that song before, that's what it sounds like. This time I'm going to sing the melody and I'm going to play the chords so that you can hear what's happening underneath this. Again, just follow along. You could sing with me if you want, but I'm going to sing the melody, play the chords. Here I go. Oh, when the saints go marching in. Oh, when the saints go marching in. Lord, how I long to be in that number. When the saints go marching in. Oh, I couldn't scroll fast enough. I'm going to have to make my PDF a little bit smaller so that I can look at it all on one page instead of having to have three hands, which I don't. Okay, so we're going to go about one line at a time, figuring out a potential harmony part. Melody goes, and the chord underneath sounds like this. One note at a time. Oh, see if you can find a pitch that belongs in this chord, or at least sounds good with this chord, that's not the note I'm singing. Oh. Can you find one? So if you're singing this note, that's the melody. Find something else. So you might have found oh. You also might have found oh. Those are both pitches that belong in this chord. I'm going to choose that lower option. Oh. Okay? So our first harmony part we're finding for when the saints go marching in starts on this note. It's a G. Oh. Okay? Now, looking at the melody, oh, when the saints, it jumps and then it steps up. Our harmony, let's see what happens if we follow that shape, if we jump and then step up with the melody. So it might sound something like this. Oh, when the saints go marching in. Let's see if it sounds good with the chords. If you want the pitches, here are the pitches I just came up with for the harmony. It's G, C, D, E. And I chose that because it jumps, G, C, and then steps up, C, D, E, just as we see the melody doing. The melody jumps from C to E, O, when, and then steps, E, F, G. Okay, let's see if it works. I'm going to play the melody this time and sing the harmony. Oh, try it with me. We're singing harmony together. Oh, when the saints go marching in. Oh, when the saints. Okay, it works. Let's try it with the chords this time. Again, here's our harmony. Oh, 1, 2, go. Oh, when the saints go marching in. Oh, when the saints. It works so far. I do want to point out there is a little bit of what we call dissonance. When I sang, oh, when the saints, and then the chord went like this, there's a little bit of dissonance because I'm singing an E, saints, and I'm playing an F chord, saints. So it might be a little bit of maybe a jazzy harmony, and that's okay. All right, let's figure out what to do after this. We've got our first couple lines. Oh, when the saints go marching in. Take a look at the melody. Oh, when the saints go marching in. Shape of the melody, what's it doing? We're skipping some notes on our way down. Saints go marching in. Let's see what happens if we follow that shape with the harmony. Saints go marching in. Maybe. Let's see if it works. Saints go marching in. It works with the melody. Let's see if it works with the chords. Saints go marching in. Uh-oh, we've got a problem. That does not sound good. In. And that is why it's important to check not only with the melody, but also with the chords. So we need to find an alternate note. Saints go marching. That all worked. So we just need an alternate note for in. Let's play the chord. In. Uh-oh, melody's there. Saints go marching in. Nope. Saints go marching in. Nope. Saints go marching in. That'll work. That was hard. So, saints go marching in. Okay, let's try it from the beginning. And if you're just joining, take a look in the chat because we've got the sheet music that we're looking at. Here we go. 1, 2, go. Oh, when the saints go marching in. Oh, when the saints go marching in. Cool. Moving on, we only have maybe 2 lines left before we're done with this harmony. Melody goes, Lord, how I long to be in that number. Our harmony just was, saints go marching in. There's also a chord change here, so I'm going to suggest that we go in. Because listen to what happens if I don't move. In. It's not wrong to stay on that note. I just think it would sound better if we go in. So we'll go, saints go marching in. And then we're following the chord. It sounds nice. Melody's going, Lord, how I long, or Lord, how I want. Let's figure out a harmony. Remember, this harmony we're figuring out is lower than the melody. So instead of Lord, how I want, how about Lord, how I want? Yeah, I think that'll work. Lord, how I want. Piecing it together. Saints go marching in, Lord, how I want. Sounds good so far? Let's keep going. Want. We are at, Lord, how I want to be in that number. And our harmony's lower than that. Lord, how I want to be in that number. That'll work if I just follow the shape of the melody. Lord, how I want to be in that number. Yeah. Okay, let's give it a try with me playing the melody from Lord, how I want. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Lord, how I want to be in that number. Sounds good? I'm going to play the chord and see if it works with that too. Here we go. 2, 3. Lord, how I want to be in that number. It works. All right. The last line of this is really just a repeat, almost, of the very beginning. Oh, when the saints go marching in. We already had that melody somewhere. Almost. Oh, when the saints go marching in. It was just a different landing pitch and chord. So we've just sung, oh, Lord, how I want to be in that number. Melody's going. How about we go, oh, when the saints go marching in. I don't really love that. Saints go marching in. I like that a little better. So we've just sung, Lord, how I want to be in that number when the saints go marching in. I like that a little better. That's just personal taste. The first thing that I sang that strictly followed the shape of the melody, it wasn't bad and it wasn't wrong. I just didn't love the sound of it, so I tried something different. And that is probably the Lakshita. We're making harmony. We're starting with Oh When the Saints Go Marching In, and we're going to move on very, very soon. But step by step, we're going line by line, sometimes one note at a time, to figure out what sounds good with the melody and what sounds good with the chords. And so I'm really glad we ran into that kind of clashy, ugly note at one point, because that's going to happen when you're creating harmonies. This is a lot of experimentation. It's okay if you hit a sour note or a note that doesn't sound good. That's just your ear telling you that doesn't work. Try something else. So as you're doing this on your own, and again, I recommend starting with songs that you know really well, because with a song you know really well, you've got the melody in your head, you've internalized the shape of the melody, and you also, even if you can't name the chords, you understand the chord structure. You kind of know what's going to come next in the song. So it's going to be a lot easier to create a harmony with a song you know well than a brand new song that you're just thrown into the deep end with. So we are going to put this all together and then move on to a new song. As always, last 15 minutes of this lesson are Q&A only, so we'll get to that. Here goes. First time through, I'm going to play the melody, sing the harmony. Remember, we start below the melody, oh, and I'm going to try to remember all that we did. 1, 2, go. Oh, when the saints go marching in. Oh, when the saints go marching in. Lord, how I long to be in that number when the saints go marching in. Sounds good. All right, I'm going to try to remember all that and play the chords this time. 1, 2, go. Oh, when the saints go marching in. Oh, when the saints go marching in. Lord, how I want to be in that number when the saints go marching in. Beautiful. That was actually not that easy. I think there are probably easier songs to do this with, but hey, we did it. Good job. So we found a low harmony for When the Saints Go Marching In. You could find a high harmony as well. So instead of being below the melody the whole time, oh, when the saints, you could be above it. Oh, when the saints. No, that's the melody. Oh, when the saints go marching in. You could find that high harmony if you're fancy. Next song, I'm going to choose Let Me Call You Sweetheart. And I need to find the sheet music first. I downloaded it, but I can't give you the download. I need to give you the link where I downloaded it. So 1 second. This'll work. Okay. Next tune. Here you go. Aw, Sheila, thank you. And hi, Clark. Thanks for joining. By the way, if it is difficult to follow along with me as I'm singing this harmony, at any point you can go to melody and you can just have fun with me singing the melody while I'm singing the harmony. And Lakshita, question, very good question. Can we find the harmony between high and low? So the reason I can't find a harmony in between that low part and the high part is because the melody is right there in the middle. If, let's say, your melody is really low, let's say we chose a lower key for this song and we went, oh, when the saints, we could find a medium harmony, oh, when the saints, and a high harmony, oh, when the saints. But in this case, because the melody was already occupying that medium spot, at least in my voice, I could only find one low and one high. And typically that's to be expected. You're going to find 2 additional harmony parts. And I would say that's probably a good way to think about it. If the song is in a good key for you, it should feel kind of like medium. You know, you're not way down in the gutter, you're not way up in the ceiling. So usually you should be able to find a harmony part that's a little higher and then a little lower. And yes, it absolutely depends on the song, for sure. And the key that the song is in. Okay, I'm going to play this little tune for you. This is Let Me Call You Sweetheart. Did I put the link in the chat? Yes, I did. Click that link, and we're scrolling down to what's written as page 4. You'll see in big uppercase letters, chorus. Let me call you sweetheart, I'm in love with you. Just for, I need to think about what key we want to put this in. You know, let's just do it in this key. So if you're a high voice singer, you're going to be with me. If not, you're going to be down here. Let me call you sweetheart, I'm in love with you. Okay? So one time through, I'm just going to sing the melody in case you've never heard this song before. It's an oldie but a goodie. Music by Leo Friedman, words by Beth Slater Whitson. And again, we're skipping the verse. We're going straight for the chorus. It's the third page of the PDF, but on the top left it says 4. So it was the fourth page of the original document. And again, it says chorus. The lyrics start with "Let me call you sweetheart." Okay, here goes. I'm going to play in the lower octave and sing in the upper octave. This is just the melody to get your ear used to it. Here we go. Let me call you sweetheart, I'm in love with you. Let me hear you whisper that you love me too. Keep the love light glowing in your eyes so true. Let me call you sweetheart, I'm in love with you. Sorry, my lower octave had to drop out because I didn't want to play the wrong note. Okay, so we've got the melody. It's in 3/4 time, so it feels kind of waltzy. And now that I've sung it through, I think we'll stay in this key. I do need to transpose my chords though, so give me 1 second to do that. Okay, cool. Oh man, and Camille has just so many things to look at. Because I've got the sheet music and then the chords and you guys. So, oh goodness. I got a question. Nostran is asking, can you sing the lower key again? Yes. So I'm going to try to sing in the lower key and drop out if it gets too low for me. So low voice singers, here you are. Starting here, this is a D3 you're starting on. Me call you sweetheart, I'm in love with you. Let me hear you whisper that you love me too. The love light glowing in your eyes so true. Let me call you sweetheart, I'm in love with you. All right. One line at a time. Let me call you sweetheart. Here are the chords beneath that. We'll find a harmony soon. Let me call you sweetheart, I'm in love with you. All right, so very first, find a note that is not this note and that also fits with this chord. So not this note. Find something else. Okay, so your options are, instead of let, you could be singing let. That's a B flat. In either octave, you could be singing let. The other option you might have found is let or let. That's an F. Let. For ease of singing, I'm going to choose the B flat. Let. Okay? Melody, remember, is going. It's quite jumpy. Let me call. Big jumps in there. So our harmony probably has to do something similar. Maybe it doesn't have to be as jumpy, but it is going to be jumping. We're not just going to go, let me call you sweetheart. Okay. Nice. Galaxy Girl found the F. Awesome. And Nick No worries. We're finding a harmony for Let Me Call You Sweetheart. Take a look at the PDF sheet music. It's in the live chat, just a few comments up. So for ease, I'm choosing this B flat. And let's see what happens if I start to jump around, kind of like the melody's doing. Let me call you sweetheart or sweetheart. Okay, that might work. Let me call you sweetheart. Let me call you sweetheart. I think that works nicely with the melody. Let me call you sweetheart. Let's see if it works with the chords though. Let me call you sweetheart. Great. So we've got the beginning of our harmony done. It's B flat, C, D, E flat, F, D. So in this case, our melody's jumping, do, 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 do. And our harmony, it's not staying in one place, but it is just stepwise motion. Da, 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 da. And it works. I'm going to take a drink of water. We're going to go on to this next line. I'm in love with you. Let's figure out where we're coming from. Let me call you sweetheart. I'm in love with... Ooh, that kind of works, kind of doesn't. Love with you. That does not work. So, great example. If I stay on the same note like the melody is doing, melody goes, I'm in love with you. If I stay on the same note as well, you heard the chords kind of clashed with that. So I'm going to have to move around for my harmony where that melody is just sitting there. Melody. I'm in love with you. What are we going to do? Sweetheart, I'm in love. Okay, that works. So, love with, nope, that doesn't work. Love with you. I didn't love the pitch on with, so love with you. Now we have something that works. Love with you. Let's see if it works with the melody. Love with you. Yes. Okay, good. Harmony thus far is let me call you sweetheart, I'm in love with you. Let's try singing that with me playing the harmony. Here we are on nope. I'm playing melody, singing harmony. Let is our harmony, 2, ready, go. Let me call you sweetheart, I'm in love with you. It sounds so good. Okay, I'm going to play the chords this time. Oops. Oops. I accidentally X'd out my chords. 1 second. Let me get them back. Are you loving this? That sounded so, so good. Okay. Here we are. I'm going to play the chords this time. Sing the harmony again with me. There's our pitch. Here we go. Let me call you sweetheart. I'm in love with you. Good. Here's the good news. The third line of this thing, the keep the love light glowing in your eyes so true, a lot of it is going to be the same. So if you're getting scared, you're like, wow, we've only done one line of this song. Take heart, because we'll be able to recycle some. Okay. Yay. I'm glad you guys are enjoying this. Let's keep going. Let me hear you whisper. Remind myself how the melody goes. Let me hear you whisper that you love me too. Okay? Sounds like this with the chords. Let me hear. Yeah. Let me hear you whisper that you love me too. Love me too. Interesting. Okay, we've got a funky chord there. Me too. That might be tricky when we go to make a harmony. We'll see. Let me hear you whisper that you love me too. What if we start on let me hear you whisper? I think that'll work. Let's try it with the chord. Let me hear you whisper that you love me. Nope, that doesn't work. Love. I think we'll have to move on me. Me too. Love me too. Okay, this is getting tricky, my friends. Harmony. Let me hear you whisper that you love me too. Tricky. Okay, I need to do that again to get it in my brain. Here's our harmony. Let me hear you whisper that you love me too. Not easy. The reason this is a little bit more complex is these chords are jazzy. We've got sevenths in here and diminished chords, and makes it a little tough. Let me hear you whisper that you love me too. Okay? Going okay? Let's try it from the beginning. Let me call you sweetheart. Here's your pitch. I'm going to play the melody. Let to, ready, go. Let me call you sweetheart. I'm in love with you. Next line. Let me hear you whisper that you love me too. Tough. Okay. This time with the chords. Here's harmony. Sing with me. Let me call you sweetheart. I'm in love with you. Let me hear you whisper that you love me too. I just made the connection that the da-da-da is the same at the ending of both of those lines. Did you notice that? Okay. Next line. Keep the love light glowing. We're going to do the same harmony from before. Keep the love light glowing that you already came up with. Keep the love light glowing. Keep the love light glowing. Okay? In your eyes. So, oop, that didn't work. Eyes. So so true. Or eyes, eyes, so, yeah, I think that's what we're gonna do. Eyes so true. Let's see if that works with the melody. Eyes so true. Let's try it. Eyes so true. Another issue. What just happened there? Melody is going, in your eyes so true. Big jump. And the harmony that I came up with, it ended up being 1 octave lower. Eyes so true. And while it's not a bad thing, it's not wrong, I would rather find a harmony part that isn't just doubling the melody, singing the same pitch in a different octave. So, back to the drawing board. Keep the love light glowing in your where are the chords? Eyes. Eyes. So, how about eyes so true? Let's try that. Eyes so true. Okay. Eyes so true. I think that works. Let's try it with the chords again. Eyes so true. Remember that? Eyes so true. Eyes so true. Again. Eyes so true. I like it. Let's try it from Keep the Love Light. Keep the love light glowing in your eyes so... Nope. Eyes so true. Did I change it? Eyes so true. Eyes so true. Ah! Help! Help! A Galaxy Girl saying going low works. Eyes so... This is what's tricky about not writing things down. So we're trying to hold it all in our head. I think it was walking up, right? Eyes so true. Eyes so true. I think the problem, eyes so true. Okay. I hope you can see that even when you've been doing this for a while, I've been singing harmonies for a very long time. And it's not always easy. So if you feel like you're trying to come up with a harmony and you're like hitting your head against the wall, just know that I'm right there with you. And that many pop songs are way easier than this. And you also have the benefit of, like with a pop song, typically the chords are going to be less complex. The melody might not be quite as jumpy as well. Yeah. Okay, so we only have 1 line left to do this. I do want to respect your time though and jump into Q&A. So, um Mia's saying this sounds very Disney, yeah, dreamy, waltzy, absolutely. Okay, Galaxy Girl, understood. And then maybe sing so, same as true. Okay, let's try that. Eyes so true. Okay, so I like that idea. The only issue is that then we're stepping on the melody. Eyes so, same note, true. So I think the solution to our problem is the walking up. Eyes so true. I just kind of forgot to do it when I was trying to put it all together. Okay. Wow. That was fun. That was very, very fun. We got through 2 of the 4 songs that I planned. Maybe we can take a look at the others another day. It's time for Q&A. Okay. Any advice on how to use a slower vibrato or how to control the speed of our vibrato in general? I love that question. It's a difficult question to answer. Um, the real answer is by ear. There's nothing physically that I can tell you, do this physically and it'll slow down your vibrato, or do this and it'll speed up your vibrato. You could make an argument that slower air speed or faster air speed could help you increase or decrease the speed of your vibrato. But I really do think that the real answer is you do it by ear. Um, and that's a really, really tricky thing to teach. And it's very advanced as well. But singers with like a slow or even wide vibrato, oh, here's a tip. Here's a tip that might help you. If you're going for a slower vibrato, what you could start with is kind of a kind of sound. I normally don't love doing stuff like that, but if our goal is to go from to okay, that's kind of too slow in my opinion, but we could get there by going literally waving that pitch up and down and trying to see if you can move yourself from regular vibrato speed closer to that ah it's worth a try. In the same way, um, speeding up your vibrato, again, I think the best way is to do it by ear, but you could think faster air speed. He, he, he. You know, think opera singer, think musical theater singer. Do an exaggerated form of musical theater or opera singer and see if that gets you closer. But yeah, I think probably the most useful tip that I just thought of would be the kind of wobbly, wavy, and then moving from your normal vibrato speed, seeing if you can bring it closer to that wobble. Okay. What if we have a fast vibrato from the start? So the thing is, we all have different vibrato speeds. Some people's vibrato's naturally faster or slower. Like the ideal is that you're singing with your natural, this is that's what my natural vibrato speed is. The ideal is that you're singing with that natural vibrato speed. If you feel like your vibrato is distractingly fast, if you're like, like kind of a what we call a tremolo or sort of a little bit of a goaty sound going on there, um, then the fix for that oftentimes is relaxing as much as possible, relaxing in the throat, so doing things that help you relax in the throat, and also relaxing in the abdomen, because sometimes if our vibrato speed is really too fast, if it's that then I am tensing somewhere, and if I can relax, then I can land on a more relaxed, even slower vibrato. But in general, some people have speedy vibrato, some people have slow vibrato, and that's totally fine. An example of like fast, fluttery vibrato would be like Snow White, or even a lot of jazz singers like Ella Fitzgerald can have kind of fast vibrato at times, and it's gorgeous. So, if you feel that your vibrato is just on the faster side, but it feels natural to you, then yay. Okay. Um, Layla is saying, I have to audition for choir so I can get in. And do you have any advice for not running out of breath to sing on pitch and in tune with hitting a high note? And how can I sing high notes without cracking or even yelling? Woo, Layla, that's a lot of questions, but all very good questions. So Layla, number one, Song choice is very important. I think that you should be choosing a song that is within a singable range for you. So if you're singing a song that you can only hit by yelling or your voice is cracking all the time to get there, I would consider a different song because on audition day, you have other things to worry about. You have your nerves and singing in front of people. You have to spend some mental energy dealing with that, and if you're also nervous about actually hitting the notes, I don't think that's a good headspace to put yourself in. I would not want that, and I don't choose songs for auditions that I'm not sure if those notes are gonna come out or not. With that said, when you are working on your audition piece, I think what it comes down to is identifying the trouble spots and identifying what's going to help you through that. So, if our problem is yelling or cracking, it's possible that our vowels are too wide. It's possible that our larynx is coming up. It's possible a lot of things might be going on. It's possible that we're pushing a lot of air at our voice and our voice can't handle it, and so then we're getting that cracking apart. Um, so I have a couple videos in mind to share with you. Let me find them. But good questions. I do want you to consider a song that or choosing a song that feels easier for you. Um, So here is how to avoid a yelling tone. Here is how to stop your voice from cracking. Here is stop your voice from cracking with consonants. And then I have one more. Oh, here's another one. I don't know if you were here for this live lesson, but this was an entire live lesson on cracking. And then um, there's just one more thing, um, vowel modification. Vowel modification for beginners. I wrote this article, and I want you to check that out as well. Um, okay, all of that. Um, Lakshita is asking Camille, what are ad libs? So an ad lib is where you are creating something on the spot. So maybe the melody goes a certain way. If you're ad libbing, you're creating something new. You're improvising. Oftentimes, when people talk about ad libs, they are like it could be words, but oftentimes it's just like oohs and ahs, humming, little riffs and runs. Any addition to the melody, you could call that an ad lib. What is a good way to know if your vibrato is natural? For example, if our vibrato feels natural but sounds kind of like a goat. If it's sounding faster than any vibrato that you hear in like from a professional singer. So if it's like faster than Snow White and faster than Ella Fitzgerald, um it it's really hard to answer this question without hearing you, but uh my advice again would be seeing if you can land on a slower vibrato by doing exercises that you know relax your abdomen and relax your throat. Because yeah, that's that's where I would go with you. And I've had not very many students who struggle with that, but I have had some students who came to me specifically for that purpose. They had a really fast vibrato, and one of the things that ended up helping one student in particular is he wouldn't even stand or sit up when singing. He found a more natural vibrato speed by totally chilling out. He would literally like lay down on the couch and let himself, this is like opposite of what we normally would say, good posture, blah de blah. But he had to totally chill himself out in a, comfortable chair. And then he found a more natural vibrato. But and was able to sit up and stand and sing, but it took that level of like, I need to just totally relax, um, for him. Okay, Henry, let me get to your question soon because I see Galaxy Girl posted this more than once. What's the difference between sore throat that comes from overstraining and sore throat that comes from vocal fatigue? Oh, so I would say sore throat from straining would be you did something that hurt in the moment. So you were shouting, you were singing with a lot of intensity, um, and you felt pain in the moment. That could give you feeling of sore throat from strain. Sore throat from vocal fatigue would be you just used your voice a lot and maybe you didn't do anything wrong. You didn't hurt yourself. It never hurt. But at the end of the day, you felt, ooh, my voice is tired. It's feeling a little raspy, a little rough. Then that would be sore throat just from vocal fatigue. And I've been there as a voice teacher when my days are really, really packed. I can be doing all of the right things, but just using my voice for several hours in a day is fatiguing. So, vocal rest, hydration, steam, all of those great things, but especially vocal rest, um, are so, so important. Henry, can I expand my vocal range and how? Henry, most people can. We all have our limits, okay? No person can sing every key on the keyboard, and that is totally fine. We don't need to. We have instruments to do that. But the easiest way to expand your vocal range is to start where you're comfortable and then gradually edge out using an exercise that is easiest for your vocal folds. And the best thing that I can give you is singing through a straw. Um, Singing through a straw puts your vocal folds in like an ideal position and it's just easier for them. They don't have to work as hard. Um, so I would check out this video on straw singing and see if you can gradually, in a really relaxed way, start to expand that range outward. But pushing, saying like, I'm going to expand my range by an octave today, that usually leads to squeezing, strain, muscling into those notes, which is not the way. Layla's asking, how does singing with a natural larynx, and I think you might mean neutral larynx style sound? So, neutral larynx, when people talk about a neutral larynx, they basically mean that your larynx is staying about where it would if you were speaking. So, it's not going low. And it's also not going really high. It's staying somewhere in the middle. So if I'm singing happy birthday with a low larynx versus a high larynx, happy birthday versus happy birthday, a neutral larynx. There's a lot that we could say on larynx position. Um, all all levels of laryngeal height are appropriate in some style. So for classical singing, for example, that low larynx "ah" is what we want. We don't want ah. Um, High larynx can be a good sound as well, especially if we want it to be bright and edgy, or if we want like a really like hee. If we want that really light sound, a high larynx can be nice as opposed to hee or hee. We sometimes don't want all of that, all of that resonant space. So we are not here to bash either a low larynx or a high larynx. Um, Neutral larynx is typically a good goal, but there are times when, for stylistic effect or for getting a specific sound, you're going to want that larynx to be a little lower or a little higher. All right, my friends. Um, Galaxy Girl's asking, can everyone be a soprano if we do the range expanding exercises every day, little by little? Galaxy Girl, I would say that most people, and I mean most female voices, can sing into soprano range, meaning like above the staff. So F's, G's, A's. I do think that most people, at least in my experience, and I worked with a lot of beginning singers, most people can sing that high. Um, can everybody sing up to like a soprano high C, which is C6? I don't know. I don't think so. In my experience, um, I vocal range is not everything, but the question is, where's your voice comfortable? Um, where's it comfortable? And some people are just more comfortable with those higher pitches. Some people are more comfortable with lower pitches. All right, my friends, I will see you next week. We're going to be doing some agility for riffs and runs. That's going to be a lot of fun. And then I believe the following week, we're going to return to intervals and intervals part 2. So if you weren't here for intervals, oh my goodness, intervals part 1, check that out. That was a couple of weeks ago. And I would love for you to be practicing those intervals before we meet again. Okay, thank you for being here. I'll see you later.